Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Siu.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how we plan to get this podcast to 1 million downloads a month. And I think, Neil, it's important to first establish to people, why is it even important that we get to 1 million downloads? Because maybe people think we're being very, fickle or, very egotistical. Oh, look at them, 7-figure downloads.
And we know our podcast stats aren't as high or as good as many other people who have less downloads than us. Because keep in mind, we're producing an episode every single day. So our numbers are inflated too. There's a lot of people who have 400,000 downloads a month and they only release one podcast episode per month. They're doing better than us, right? Even though our numbers are showing that we're doing better. The reason we want our download number to increase is one simple reason. Eric and I don't make money from this podcast. We don't try to monetize it. We don't do affiliate links. When we started marketing school, we really cared about one thing. We're like, it would be amazing to just help people with marketing. And what's something that works well for them and works well for us? And we're just like, if you do an hour podcast, it takes a lot of time. We're going to get exhausted. And most people don't have an hour to listen to everything. We're just like, wait, but most of the marketing stuff that we talk about and help each other with is really quick. We go over it in 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. We're like, yeah, why can't we just share this with people on a daily basis? That's why we created a marketing school. And we want to get to 1 million downloads. Heck, we want to even get more than 1 million, to be quite frank. We want to get over 1 million downloads because we want to help more people. When I started off in marketing, people helped me out for free and didn't ask for anything. When Eric started in marketing, so many people helped him out for free and didn't ask him for anything. That's actually how we got to know each other.
Yep, because you helped.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Eric's also helped me over the years as well. It's not just one-sided. So we want to get to a large number, not just because, we want this number. Yes, it's a nice goal, but to be quite frank, it allows us to help more people. And at the same time, and this is what most bloggers, podcasters, people who do video don't ever discuss, the bigger your community, the more you learn. Eric and I learn so much from you guys. You guys email us, you guys give us advice. This all helps us improve. We don't think we're marketing experts. We believe we still have a long way to go and a lot more to learn.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? Neil, one of Neil's business partners, Heaton, I asked him before in the podcast, why do you help people so much? And he said, honestly, it's like a drug. And I feel that way sometimes because like the high or the kick that you get from it is pretty amazing. Just the other day, actually, I got a LinkedIn message. It was a long message from someone saying how we've helped them go from a really unconfident person to really making a difference and getting a gig in marketing. And we get these types of messages every single day. So keep them coming at us because it really keeps us going. And the reviews, just over it's been over 2 years now, actually, which time freaking flies. But we look at all the reviews. Our average is still 5 stars, and that keeps us going too. Again, like it's people. Sometimes people comment like, "How do you guys do this stuff for free?" So how are we going to get to the 1 million? Well, first and foremost, we mentioned you started seeing the different reads at the end of the last couple of episodes. We are planning to do a live event once we hit 1 million downloads, and you're going to be able to see the stats if you go to marketingschool.io/stats. That's one way of going about doing it to get there, because what Neil, this is actually Neil's idea. He saw something working well on YouTube. What was it?
Yeah, it's just incentives. So I was just like, at the end of marketing school, we used to say, hey, go check out free tools, go take a survey. Some people did the surveys. The tools weren't that popular. And when I was on YouTube, I was like, the way I've grown my YouTube channel, and we'll talk about this in the next episode, is just asking people to rate, review, subscribe, and it's done extremely well for me. So I was like, Eric, people are listening to our podcast. Why not ask them to help us grow it? They're the best people out there. And I'm like, we can do something in exchange for them. And you can do some really crazy ways to grow your podcast. Some of the things we're going to test out is technically it'll be open to everyone, but if you review or rate it and you can show us on, iTunes, maybe we'll give you a premier seed, or we'll give you maybe a bonus section that other people don't get, or whatever it may be. So figuring out incentives, and the more people do, maybe they get more perks. Think of it almost like a referral-based program. That's a great way to grow your podcast audience. The other thing I was mentioning to Eric is on marketingschool.io, we collect emails, and I'm like, we don't really do anything with the emails. There's all these GDPR issues. I'm like, why not take all the opt-ins from the exit pop to the chat to everything and push people, be like, hey, you're on iPhone. click here to rate us on the iTunes store and, subscribe. Like little simple things like that can really boost our numbers.
Yeah, so to Neil's point, I mean, look, all we need is look, our incentives are now aligned, and I encourage you, by the way, as a separate note, whether you're running a company, you're running a team, whatever it is, look into incentives and look how you can incentivize your team to do better work, because once incentives are aligned, amazing things they happen. So what, I mean, look, there's not much more to say around this other than go to marketingschool.io/stats. Pay attention to how our stats meter is going. Once we hit the 1 million, the event will kick into play, and then all the instructions will be there, and then we're going to figure out how to really make it an amazing event or memorable event. And to be frank, a lot of people are saying they'll spend thousands of dollars for events that we host live. We're going to do this one completely free once we get there. So let's make it happen. Go to marketingschool.io/stats, and we will see you tomorrow.